D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I'm coming to you today with this article, and this is an older article, like just a couple of days or whatnot, but I'm doing this one because I was going to do this for my Sunday video and just like make it its own story, but then I picked some different stuff, but I decided to do this because I had done a video about this before, and you Anne Rice nut huggers really are just like so petty. I know I'm doing some gaslighting here, but I just want to say, like, you guys are just like so obnoxious with being like name pronunciation. I don't care. Like, get over yourself. But I do want to do it, but I did want to talk about this because I'm probably gonna watch this show. I have never read these books. And I just want to say right now, if you're gonna complain about me getting the names wrong, pronunciation wise, then just swipe left or whatever it is that you do. Click off this video because I don't care. You guys need to stop whining. So it says the cast of Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches on how the novel influences the series. All right, and this comes from you from comicbook.com. So it says Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches will make its way to AMC and AMC Plus in January, with the television adaptation bringing to life the late Anne Rice's beloved Lives of the Mayfair Witches trilogy as part of the network's new immortal universe. That universe also includes Interview with the Vampire, and as fans of that series have seen, while elements and core themes of that book are intact, the series itself makes quite a few changes and updates in terms of story and detail. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. I read the Interview with the Vampire books. I only read them once, so I really don't remember all the details and stuff. And I haven't watched that show. I'm just not interested in it. I know some people are like, it's kept the spirit of what Anne Rice was doing, which I'm fine with. And if that's your jam, I'm not judging. I'm just saying I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in the spirit. I want a pretty, solid from book to screen adaptation. I'm not one of those people where, if you change it, I'm happy about it. Yeah. And maybe I'm a purist to that kind of thing, or, but yeah, like you can make some changes. I don't know. We'll see. Let me read the rest of this and see what it says. Okay, so the same will be true for Mayfair Witches. And again, I've never read these books, so therefore I if they change stuff, I won't be upset. But I do plan on watching the show because it sounds interesting. It's already been confirmed that Michael Curry, a major character in the novels, is not currently part of the adaptation. Oh, that's I like I said, I don't know this character, but it's when you take out characters, that's kind of a little bit of a maybe that's not going to work out as well. Anyways, and speaking with comicbook.com at New York Comic-Con about the upcoming series, Jack Hudson and Harry Hamlin both spoke about how the series is influenced by Rice's novel rather than a direct adaptation. You see, and that's where again I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what these little assholes have to say. I downloaded it. I saw that it was 56 hours long, and I thought, do I have 56 hours? And I listened to 9 hours, and I realized that really what we have here is an interpretive show. Hamlin said about how he prepared for the series. The characters are not exactly the same as they are in the book. The story's not exactly the same. They've taken the whole ethos of the witches and the witching hour in the first book, and they have compiled it into what is a really wonderful, engaging television show. It's not a book, it's a TV show. True, but I mean, yeah, I have examples of this. Well, for instance, okay, I'll just use this. Okay, like if you ever read the Harry Potter books, and I've read the Harry Potter books, I read them all the time. They're so good. There's one aspect that was in the books that they did not transfer into the movie well, and that is in the fifth book. Harry gets a mirror from his uncle Severus Black, and Sirius Black, sorry, and he breaks it, but he still has a shard of the mirror, and it's like, I look into the mirror and I can talk to you because you have the other mirror. Well, in the seventh movie, he has the shard of glass, and all they do is just say, you still have Sirius's mirror. And that's all they do to explain it. And I'm all like, that's a horrible explanation. Like, and I'm afraid that that's what they're going to do here, that they're not going to have an explanation, but they're just going to just tie it in, just a throw off line. And I go, I'm not all about that. So when asked about the network's plans to adapt the other two books into the series, Lasher and Teletos, I don't know, Hudson said that he thinks, I'm pretty sure, that he thinks there are indeed plans, but also noted that not everything can go from page to screen, especially with books as rich as Rice's. I disagree, but especially with a show, you have like, let's just pretend it's 10 episodes. You have 10 hours to transfer that into a show. So I just think that that's incorrect. I think there's plans and questions. It's all gonna depend on, people's response to it. I think that we've done something really daring. I think something very cool, Hudson said. As Harry was saying, the books themselves are dense, brilliant, sort of like a literary feat. But, they say a lot, I say, too. Maybe it's a Michigan thing. You can't put all of that in right TV series. Whoever wrote this didn't, anyways. Okay. Or maybe he didn't say it correctly. Anyways, but you can be inspired by it. You can be influenced and inspired in many ways. So, there's definitely plans, in our first season finishes at the same point as the witching hour. Let's see where it goes, which is always good. Hudson also acknowledged that the late author's impact on various franchises, not just with her Mayfair novels, but her Vampire Chronicles series as well. Anne Rice inspired many of the such as the Twilight pictures. He said, you realize when you're reading her work just how influential she was on certain writers and franchises and whatnot. I mean, she was also pretty daring and pretty out there. I mean, she was. She had a lot of interesting ideas that some of her ideas I did not like. I was like, I'm not a fan of this, but whatever, you go, girl. Anyways, what is Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches about? Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches centers around Dr. Rowan Fielding, Alexandria Daddario, love her, a brilliant neurosurgeon who discovers that she is the unlikely heir to a family of witches. Ooh. As she grapples with her newfound powers, she must contend with a sinister presence that has haunted her family for generations. Written by Esta Spalding and Michelle Ashford, the series also stars Harry Hamlin, Annabelle Gish, all these other people. I don't care. The first season starts where the book starts, in that mood of New Orleans and the sort of ghost story of this house. Showrunner Esta Spalding previously said about the series. We meet really quickly Rowan Fielding, who's the main character of the first book and through the series. She continued, the middle section is about 300 or 400 pages of 13 generations of witches going all the way back to Scotland. We used a piece of that, and then we feel like we're going to save some of that great story and saga of all the different generations for later seasons, should we be so lucky. And it says, Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches will now debut Sunday, January 8th on AMC. And like I said before, there was no names in here really to pronounce. Bummer, because I was hoping you people would be all pissy about it again. I know, gaslighting, but like I said before, I don't know. I'm going to try to read these books, especially if it's only a trilogy. That shouldn't be that big a deal. And that, Anne Rice's books aren't exactly like the thickest thing on the planet. So maybe I'll pick those up and try to hash through them. Or maybe I'll get the audiobooks, because those are always easier to go through, especially when you're, at work and you just got your earphones in, you're doing your little thing and you got that stuff playing. So we'll see. I hope I didn't piss off too many of you Mayfair Witches fans. I'm just saying you guys need to calm down with that stuff. But it's fine. It's fine. It's pronounced mes frères. I'm sorry. I'm making fun of you guys. It's fine. All right, tell me what you guys thought about this. What they saying about being inspired by it and not being a direct adaptation. Does this bother you not being a direct adaptation? Or are you like me and you don't have to do an absolute direct adaptation, but you should be like 90 to 99% direct adaptation of a book or of a novel and stuff, or a trilogy and stuff like that. I just feel like you should respect the work more than you are. Yeah. Okay. To what you guys think, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.